Okay, I've got three completely unrelated stories for y'all, but you're smart. You can keep up. So, we're going to talk about Elon and Trump. We're going to talk about Mohamed Soliman, Yabba Dabba Doo, whatever his name is. And we're going to talk a funny, funny story. Just schadenfreude out the yang about Karine Jean-Pierre. So, stick around.
Hello, my name is Angela Box. Show your fucking money.
Hey guys, I know that Trump and Elon are on their way to hugging it out, but I wanted to give you my take anyway because this whole thing got on my last damn nerve. Okay, the first story gives me no pleasure to talk about this. I mean, all of us feel like we're being torn. It's like Kramer versus Kramer over here. We are being torn between mommy and daddy, and we don't know what to do, and we don't know whose side to be on, and we just wish they would get back together and stop fighting. We are dealing with a MAGA divorce over here, a divorce where none of us wanted it, none of us asked for it, and nobody likes it, okay? You know who likes it? Democrats like it. You know who else likes it? The filthy leftist media like it. Those are who likes it. And, every knuckle-dragging, troglodyte leftist on planet Earth is real excited about this feud. The rest of us are not, gentlemen. So here's what I would suggest to President Trump and Elon Musk. Two men who are unbelievably successful, unbelievably prominent, with very, very large egos, both of you. And they both have a tendency to just vomit at the mouth. Trump's a little more egregious than Elon, but Elon sort of started. Elon threw the rock, and Trump gets hit with the rock, and he's like, "What the hell? What's this all about?" Well, what's it all about is the big beautiful bill. It's like, Elon, first of all, this ain't your lane, okay? This is not your lane. Second of all, if you were upset about it, you should probably talk to people about it and not acted like you were like totally down with everything, which is what every single person has said that you were saying. Like you understood it. I don't even talk about the bill. It needs to pass. My husband is like, if this thing passes, it's going to be money, 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 money. Big time tax cuts. It's going to be fantastic. So it needs to pass. Okay. Now, Elon Musk, I appreciate that you got your panties in a twist somehow. And even though Trump is like, I don't understand why my son is so angry with me. Why won't he speak to me? But Trump is not handling this any better. So Elon threw the first, as I said, he threw the rock. He threw the rock in the playground and hit Trump in the head. And Trump's like, here's a brick. I'm going to send this brick back to you. So Elon's rock was pretty bad. He said, the reason the Epstein files aren't released is because Trump's in them. And everyone's like, oh, come on. Like, a couple things. If Trump was in the Epstein files, we would have known about that about 7 years ago. Like, they would be like, whoever else is in here be damned. Donald Trump is in these files. We are releasing them. So obviously he's not. And Epstein's last lawyer, Doug Schoen, who is a pretty well-known Democrat, said, no, I asked Jeffrey Epstein specifically because he's trying to get dirt on Trump too. Ask him specifically. And he's like, no, Trump is not in these. I have nothing to do with the guy. So we know that's not true. But then Trump decides to put on Truth Social a reference to Elon Musk's little salute that everyone was calling a Nazi salute, which was clearly not a Nazi salute. They caught it mid-arm up. Anyway, he said, like, that was a Nazi salute. Everybody knows it. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, this reminds me of when my good friend Yvette, who was in my wedding, she and I would get in fights, like knockdown, drag-outs. Not like physical, but we would get in, like, fights. And we'd wake up the next day, like, hungover. Wake up the next day and be, like, so depressed and so sad. And it was like, it was like a death. And we ended up always making up. And so I hope that this is what happens with these two egomaniacs, that they like just get it together. Because let me explain to you, sirs, the only people who are benefiting from this are leftists. That's it. MAGA doesn't want it. MAGA doesn't need it. We were all feeling the love. We were all feeling the vibe. And now you both are killing it. So y'all need to stop. You need to talk to each other like the big boys you are, okay? and get back together, because America needs the both of you, and we love the both of you. And no, we don't want to have to choose whether we want to live with mommy or daddy. So please get it together, you two. Okay, the next story. Remember Mohamed Sabry Yabba Dabba Doo, whatever his name is, last week, the latest in a series of Free Palestine losers who go and kill Jews and people who support Israel. He's the guy that firebombed the Colorado, gathering of people just, trying to get Israeli hostages home, God forbid. Anyway, he's the guy that screamed Free Palestine, and he showed us his naked torso because he's good looking like that. Anyway, this guy has family living here, also illegally, go figure, and the family's going to be deported. But as the world cheers, as the country was like, see ya, don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out, a Biden judge named Gallagher, I believe that's his name, let me check this. What's his name here? Let me get it right here. A Colorado federal judge has temporarily blocked the Trump administration from deporting the family of the man charged with firebombing 12 people. 12 people were injured, one died. One was like set aflame. Can you imagine being burned alive? It would be the worst thing in the world. Anyway, his name is Gordon Gallagher. He sounds like a total dweeb. Biden judge. This is the deal, though. Like, Democrats, I know they're not that bright. They're really not. That's why they need illegal aliens here. And we all understand that the reason they're writing and dying for illegals is because they need them to be future Democrats. Now, some of them already do vote in blue states. Like, it's been documented. That's not necessarily what they need them for now. They need them just to stay put, because all Democrats are doing is biding their time. And they think that Trump is eventually going to implode and everything's going to go to hell and everyone's going to want to vote the Democrats back in. The people who love illegal aliens and don't know what a woman is and love abortion unto birth. Yeah, that's the people the American people want. But that's what they think. So that's why they are riding and dying for all these illegal aliens. And it's wild to me that this guy was on a visa. It was revoked, or he ran out of time. And then Joe Biden was like, hey, I know that you have an expired visa and all that. And you have God knows how many kids and a wife that are probably on welfare to some extent or another. But you know what? You're just the kind of person we need in America. Like, you get to stay. Here's a work permit. So what's the point? He's here illegally, but he gets a work permit? Like, anyway, the daughter who wears a hijab and one of those tourniquet things around her neck. She's in public school in Colorado, and she was going to get to go to college in Colorado, probably on scholarship because, of course. And the media is all like, look who Trump is deporting. She just wants to be a doctor. Like, how can you take away her dream? What is wrong with you? You heartless, awful people. She just wants to be a doctor. It's like, but your dad's in the Muslim Brotherhood and just firebombed like a parade. Like, you don't get to stay. You don't get to stay. And so Judge Gallagher just continues to do the dirty work of the Democrat Party, to do the dirty work of what whoever is telling him what to do, he's doing it. And the American people continue to just take it up the pooter on illegal immigration. And we're sick of it. Okay, the last story is a funny one. So, you guys all remember the gay black immigrant woman, Karine Jean-Pierre. She was Joe Biden's second press secretary after Jen Psaki, a.k.a. Ginger Goebbels, was like, adios, amigo, peace out. Like, I'm getting off this sinking ship. But Karine Jean-Pierre was like, sign me up, absolutely. And remember what she did on her first day of work? She goes and she gives her little speech introducing herself. And she was like, hi. It's like she's in the Miss America pageant. Hi, I'm Karine Jean-Pierre. I'm the first black gay immigrant woman press secretary. That's how she described herself. So imagine like Joe Biden has a look-see of all the many people who want to be his press secretary. And he's like looking at resumes and well, he's not, but someone's looking at the resumes and they're like, white man, no. Oh, female, but again, white. Oh, that's not going to work. Hispanic, deaf. Oh, that could be a little tricky. And then they come across Karine Jean-Pierre. They're like, gay, black, immigrant, woman, sold. Anyway, Karine Jean-Pierre has been a lifelong Democrat, but like so many Democrats now, trying to pretend that she didn't know what was going on. I mean, I know it's just the press secretary, and I like saw the communications team at the very least, and Joe Biden like at least every other day. Like, I didn't know what was going on. I was clueless as to what was going on. She wrote a book, and in her book, she let it be known that she's going to leave the Democrat Party and become an independent. And the Democrats are not taking it well. Like, they are all slamming her and hopping on her like you cannot even believe. So Karine Jean-Pierre is probably like clutching all her pearls and being like, hang on a minute, I'm a gay black immigrant woman. You're supposed to let me do what the hell I want to do. If I'm going to leave the Democrat Party, that's what I'm going to do. And the Democrats are like, no, we made you. We can break you. So it is a schadenfreude moment. It is taking pleasure in the misery of others. And I don't take pleasure in the misery of good people, but I do take pleasure in the misery of filthy leftists. So there you go. All right, that's our really this video. Let me know what you think down below. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next one. I will be done. Bye.